Hi, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We have Jessica here with us this afternoon, and Jessica came in with a cervical brachial problem that's very common in our society because of what's called forward head posture. You start getting neck pain, upper back pain, tightness, and pain that radiates out into your shoulders and down into your arms and hands. That is called cervical brachial syndrome. And it's actually a interference of the nervous system of the brachial plexus coming out of C5, 6, and 7, and T1 even, all the way in through the shoulder, down into the arm, all the way down into the hands and fingers. So you can get numbness and tingling, arm pain or aches in there, shoulder pain, and it also can create problems with headaches from the atlas being subluxated up right under the skull, surrounding the brainstem. And that's pretty much what she came in with, and she's only had, what's this, your third treatment? Fourth treatment? And you're doing pretty good overall, huh? Okay, let's take a look at you here in the mirror. We'll show them how we fix you. Okay, let's have you flex your head forward and backwards for me, Jessica. And relax your hands for me. A lot of people have a habit of doing that. We have a lot of patients that we have to tell to get their hands out from in front of them, because that pulls your shoulders forward. Now see, she's got a little bit of forward head posture. Her ear is dropping right here over her clavicle, and it should really be back here over her shoulders. That's why her shoulders are starting to round us a little bit. Now also you can see from her biomechanics, her head and neck are a little bit to the left on the x-axis, which makes this right shoulder look a little bit longer. It's not really. See how the left hand looks longer than your right one? Mm-hmm. It's not that. It's not longer. It's just looking that way because your head's translated forward and to the left. And down here, you got more room here. No, don't move your arms. So you got more room there than you do over here. So your pelvis has shifted a little bit left of center as well. So everything in between that's going to be compensating for that and curving a little bit, which is called a scoliosis. So now that we know Jessica's biomechanics, and she's got a curvature in the spine, which is a minor scoliosis, we're going to have her lay on this table on her back. You crack addicts are going to like this. She's a noisy one. Okay, let's slide down this way. They love the cracking noises on there. They love Renee's videos because she's really loud. There we go. There we go. I know it's tight. I got her in there tight so she won't get away. And it feels tight, but it locks in the pelvis right here, and it gives me a really good fulcrum to use whenever I'm decompressing the spine from the occiput all the way down to the sacrum. You notice I'm bringing the legs up parallel with the floor. That changes the angle in the pelvis. That should feel more relaxed with the exception of the pins being tight. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So I'm going to wrap this around her skull. What's that?
No, I'm panicking.
Oh, okay. You'll be all right. Deep breath through your nose.
Wiggle the toe.
Close your eyes and think about something else. Wiggle your right big toe. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Home run. Felt that all the way down, didn't you? As soon as she's able to get her breath back, she'll talk. There you go. Keep breathing. Sometimes this will knock the air out of you because I'm moving the entire rib cage in one split second. Keep breathing. There you go. Yeah, take a breath through your nose. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And girl. She's a trooper. See, there's her master cervical rotary brake on the right and the left. And this has got rid of her headaches, but see, she's still having the issue with her ribs right now, right? Still feel tight? Yep. Yeah. Well, that was the deepest one we've done so far. So now I'm going to help her get up sideways. There we go. And we're going to have her come over here on this table and lie on her stomach. And I know y'all are going to be saying, well, when you get your new table in, it's supposed to be next week sometime. But we'll see. We haven't been able to do a video all week because we've been so busy. Left leg is short by about 1/2 inch. And when I bring it up, you can see it gets a little longer even. I bet you that tightens up a little in your low back, huh, Jessica?
Sure does.
Yep. Right there in her left SI joint, you can feel the swelling right there. So I'm adjusting her left SI joint first, as well as her left hip joint simultaneously. There. And now I'm going to get the sacrum, which is right in the center of the pelvis. And then the right SI joint. And you notice I'm adjusting that at a downward 45-degree angle, superior to inferior, on the y-axis and the x-axis. And then I come straight down on L5 in the Z-axis, L4, and you watch the angle in my arms do change. I know I've heard a lot of people say, oh, he does the same thing on everybody. I do the same technique on everybody. However, everybody's tissue is different. Everybody's vertebral alignment's different. Joint ranges of motion's different. So even though it may look the same on video, it is very specific for that particular patient's needs. Well, that moved great today. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, now your legs are exactly even, and this should feel a little easier than the previous one. Okay, good. So I'm not going to turbonate her like I know a lot of you want me to. I'm going to be nice to her after all that. Because I've already adjusted her with the ring dinger and got some really significant movement all the way from her skull down to her pelvis and moved her entire rib cage in one split second. And this is how you address forward head posture and kyphosis in the upper thoracic spine, which is also otherwise known as dowager's hump when you get a little older and that bump gets bigger. This is how you prevent dowager's hump from developing. That's not hereditary, by the way. That is structural and acquired. Just like the curvature in her spine is also acquired, that's not a hereditary event either. Hers is not a pathological scoliosis, it is a functional scoliosis, which means that it's adaptive. It's changed in its alignment because of her pelvic misalignments and because of her occiput C1 misalignments. And everything else in between has to adapt to that. Because the body always tries to keep the occiput directly over the sacrum in the A to P view. That's the first time you've heard me say that, but that is the true biomechanics of biophysics. Legs are even, and they stay even. Did that hurt at all? Great. Okay, so let's turn you on your back now. Now, I've already adjusted her cervical spine, so I'm just putting the hip piece up so her head's flat. And now we're going to adjust her knees and her hip joints. Oh yeah, should have felt that in your knee and your low back. Good. I'm going to do the same thing over here. There we go, good. And they're going to see some traffic out there today. There we go. Let's see. Somebody was watching our videos the other day, said there's no traffic. It's about what, 5:36?
5:30.
Well, there's definitely going to be traffic out on the Beltway now.
It's like after 6.
After 6? I figures. So Jessica is our last patient of the day. So Joseph and I finally had some time to do this. And we want to thank Jessica for sharing her treatment with you. And we adjust the digits all the way down to make sure that we're stimulating the nervous system throughout its entirety. Elbow, wrist, digits, phalanges. Very good. Okay, now let's stand you up here. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust her with this Atlas-specific adjusting instrument. It's called the posture corrector. Get it from Dr. Mark Simmer out in Dana Point, California. Okay, let's flex your head forward and then backwards. And he has triad seminars for those of you who want to look up on the web. And then flare your hands like that. Now see, she's right down the middle right now, so we're going to accentuate this normal posture by bringing her head back in the Z-axis and then rotating it upward, rotating on the X-axis. Good. And you can see I'm almost kind of pulling her backwards with this, but that's because we're all so forward all the time. Okay, relax everything now and try that again. This should feel smoother. Yep, look at it. You're right down the middle now. See, hands are same length or more at your sides. You got equal distance here now. Better, better, better. How you feel?
Better.
Good. So this is Jessica and Dr. Gregory Johnson coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas. We'll see you next time.